G'day guys, welcome to Outback Mini Models. I'm going to do a reshoot of my stash and studio or hobby work area. It's not really a man cave and it's not really studio, it's just a sort of work area. And yeah, just due fact that because last time I shot the video, and there has been a lot of views on it, but just to be more fair on you guys to see it, I actually used my dirty old mobile phone to film it. This is before I actually went out and bought this camera, and I've had it for a little while now, so I thought while I'm sort of just waiting for things to dry and my current projects, I'll just shoot this for you. And then obviously my studio has changed a bit, and my stash has grown. That's quite a lot too, and it's probably about a month, maybe a month or so since I've shot it. So I'll do it again, and basically this is what we're up to, where we are now. My work table obviously is probably the first thing that you'll notice, which is different. And if I can just, I've got this camera on a tripod too, so it's not so jolty. You'll notice that the table over there, where my airbrush and that's sitting on, was the old table that I used to actually work on. It's just basically an old computer table, and it's just way too small, to be honest. It was great because it was glass top. It was very easy to clean, but at the end of the day, you know, I wanted more workspace, and that was the children's chest of drawers that I picked up from a furniture store in town here, and it's great. It basically just carries all my paint. Top drawers all my acrylic paint, second drawers all my enamels, and the bottom drawers all like just all like all the masking tape and pigments, spare pigments and things like that. And then the shelves that were on the side of the glass tub, I've actually chucked them straight on top of the table now, so they act as shelves. And like it's like all the stuff's still the same. It just works a lot heaps better now. And then that little that little bench sort of acts as my see that little spare gap there, like sort of around there, just behind the Vallejo airbrush, and that's where I actually mount my camera tripod. Not that one that you see there. That's just a just in case emergency thing, and that works quite well. So the angle has changed how I shoot, and hopefully it's going to be a lot clearer now. You're not seeing the back of my hand so much. And cutting mat, and there's my current project there. I'm almost finished. I've only got that's the Kenworth that I'm building. I've only got that sprue there and those clear parts to do, and I've just got to mount that bull bar on there once I've put all the, basically I'm just waiting for the indicator lights to dry before I actually glue them on. So like they're just sitting in there, and I've just got to cut the holes bigger. They actually go there, not there. Excuse me guys. And so that's basically the shelf where everything is stashed like that. So like you got all my spare stuff. So up the top there you've got all the spare Warhammer kits, still in boxes, unbuilt kits. Whoops, tighten up the tripod a bit more. And they're all yeah, just bits basically. And the second shelf there is just random stuff, you know, like just plastic bags and just spare things like sandpaper and everything like that. I'll move this tripod a bit closer, change the angle a bit so you can actually see inside here. And all those folders there, I mean, if you can probably read them on the side if I zoom in a bit. I mean, they're all my aircraft magazines, like Air Force mags and Fly Past mags, and just basically everything just for reference, photographs and things like that. Second folder is all my fine scale modelers, and then the last three, or the last two, the blue one and the black one, is all my Tamiya magazines, and the white one's just all random. I think it's called just miscellaneous model mags. And they're just magazines I'll sort of look at that I don't really collect, but it might have a good article in there, and for a current project or something that I want to do in the future, or just even tips, good tips, I'll just probably buy it. And there's all my reference magazines. They're like tanks, firepower, weapons. That weapon book's really good. It talks about from the very first weapons from basically caveman weapons all the way up to modern firearms. Everything from like machine guns, M60s, and yeah, it's a really good book. So if you want really nice clear photos for colour, and then all the rest are just warplanes, like British warplanes and fighter planes, and then yeah, just a couple of Warhammer books there just for colour reference, and then down the very bottom in that yellow bag, and there's another blue bag down there. There's probably about, I don't know, a couple hundred spare dropper bottles that I get off eBay to mix all my paints and things up with. And these are all some of my models that I don't actually have that many scale models like plastic either. They've been trashed from my kids, or when I've moved house, and from a last relationship, yeah, they just got damaged in the move, so I pretty much had to start again, which is a real shame. But obviously now that, the more I paint, the better I get. So I look back now, some of those kits, and they were pretty dodgy. And yeah, it's just some of Warhammer stuff. Just been painting over the last few years, and I've only just gotten back into the fine scale hobby again. I mean, I had a serious break from building planes and tanks and things like that, and just wanted to better myself as a miniature painter. So I just because basically my 1:35 miniatures on my German soldiers and American troops, just anything in the 1:35 scale, they just look shocking. So I thought I'd give it a practice, and just painted heaps and heaps of miniatures. And these aren't even all of them. These are just the ones I sort of like that I've put on display, and all the rest are in my case. So like I'll try to go through slowly, and hopefully the camera picks it up. There, but down the bottom is some of the very rare scale kits fine scale kits I've actually got left. Let's try and put it around a bit more. Yeah, so there's some of the Tamiya bikes. You've seen all these in the last video, but basically these are going to be a lot clearer. And there's the egg plane that I entered in the ISM egg plane Easter egg SIG. So there he is there, and there's Harold sitting in there quietly, being a good little orc. And there's just there's my shelf of doom and it goes deep in there. I just can't really move the camera any further because battery's almost flat, so I've got it on cord at the moment, charging. Yeah, so the shelf of doom, and then obviously some of those kits that I showed you last time that were damaged in the wind. And so this is my desk. If I zoom out, so basically I just got 3 lights, just one there, that's an LED light, and that's a energy saver bulb, but it's actually quite bright. It's really good, nice white light. It actually looks darker than on camera than what it really is. It's actually quite bright in here. And then just a little 12 LED little lamp that I can sort of just look through my just sort of semi-light that area up. Basically, it doesn't have to be really bright, because I do have there's a light up there above me, up there, that sort of lightens that area up. And then there's, once again, there's just 2 airbrushes I bought yesterday, but they're going to be in the Hobbyrama tour video. That's going to be up. It's actually uploading now, so I really can't really do much at the moment. That's why I'm making this video. And just a spare shelf, and then there's just all homebrew thinners, and basically, yeah, just big bulky stuff, IPA and terps and that for my just spraying out my guns and things like that when I'm using enamels. And then talking about IPA, there's things like a 20 litre drum there of isopropanol alcohol that I keep down there. so that comes in handy every now and then. And then yeah, it's just, there's my desk itself, just a big table. I just had needed a big table, and there's all my umbrals in there, mats, and then that all there's sort of like my finishes, glues, mediums, airbrush cleaners, and then there's, I don't know, the bar's in the way, but just behind that bar you can see it, the evergreen stuff, that's all my scratch building, like rods and tubing and things like that. And then in there is actually an air horn cover for a Mack truck. So that's just basically pegs, so like, yeah, it's just closed pegs and things like that. And zoom out. I'll actually zoom out. Yeah, so if we go in here, it's just all pegs and like clamps. Bought a heap of these the other day. They're just alligator clips, and yeah, just made up a heap of little airbrush, painting hands, I guess you'd call them. Yeah, just pens, spare stuff. I smudge eye sponges from Elf, like female makeup eyeshadow sponges. They're basically for my pigments. I just got a heap of them off eBay. Yeah, it's just random stuff. Spare brushes, crappy old airbrush that's in there, sculpting tools, so that's in there. And then just adjust the lens here, just to make sure that I'm getting all this in shot. And then I'll roll the sleeves up. So yeah, small spare things, just mini air filters, air traps from airbrush. It's a spare one, so if one gets really wet and saturated, I can just change them over, so I can keep spraying. Just airbrush cleaning stuff, like syringes for, you know, putting thinners and that, like just drops when need to. And there are my other pliers which I was looking for. Yeah, just more syringes, hole punches, saws. Yeah, that's more of a haven't got anywhere to put it, so I'll chuck it in that drawer and hope for the best. This drawer here is just all my matte, Umbral mats and my Citadel foundation paints. But they're the old ones that I still use them every now and then. And then here is spare paint. Like, I'm pretty much doing this video again because yeah, the other one was shocking. I've looked at it a few times and I'm surprised you guys are actually watching it, so I do apologise for that. Yeah, so these are just all my spare paints. And if we go down here, if I can sort of, yeah, in here, these are just all like airbrush cleaners. It's actually a clear coat that I've made up myself. It's actually this. Because we don't have Future, well, I can't get it unless I go online, but I've just got this gloss floor stuff. It is acrylic, but it's nowhere near as good as, from what I'm seeing, as the Future clear shines and that you guys are using overseas. And there is a bloke that was off the ISM Facebook page, and he actually got me onto this stuff. There is a supplier here in Queensland that does, I can get that stuff, I think it's the Future Clear, so I'm gonna look into that. And what else is there? Well, that's pretty much that. Oh yeah, and then I've just got all my colour reference. So there's my Patelari colour chart, which I had to print off, so like the colours aren't exactly, but it just gives me a good guide. There's a Tamiya one in black and white because I didn't want to hack up my book, and my colour cartridge decided to die in the arse, so can't print in colour until I get another one. And there's the Vallejo one there, and then over there's the Umbral one. So keep them all together so I can just quickly glance back and forward. And then and made some hooks there, and there's that if you've seen on the ISM Facebook page, I actually posted a picture up, and it's actually photo frame wire. Like, it's a 7-strand photo frame wire, and I did a comparison next to a 1:35. When I actually bought it home, I only guessed it while I was out in the shop, and then putting that right next to a 1:35 scale tank, the tow cable the plastic, you get the plastic tow cables that you get into the kits there. It's actually the same diameter, so it's I haven't used it yet because I've only bought that the other day. And I like that if I go out shopping somewhere, I just go, oh, what I can buy for modelling. So, and there's just Tamiya polishing compounds and things like that, and spare water, so don't have to leave the table. Water's there, not for drinking, but for just topping up water or flushing out things. And I may as well go down here. Yeah, and then my computer games. haven't gamed for a while, so that's just model trucks, or not model trucks, just die-cast trucks. Kenworth, couple of Peterbilt, and behind all those stubby coolers there is a Peterbilt concrete truck and good old trusty Optimus Prime. That's one kit that I built ages ago, and I wish I could find that kit again. I mean, it's pretty rough because I built that years ago, and that's when I was sort of starting to get into actually taking my time building a kit. It's an Academy, no, it's an Italeri Comanche helicopter, and there's an Italeri Peterbilt 377, I think it is, and just DVDs, and all my truck magazines are down there for reference. So that's that, and then there's my stash, but I'll rip through there. I'll tighten this camera off. So down here, this is pretty much because I just try not to clutter up all my desk and that with paint. I don't have a big paint shelf, and so this is the next best thing. These are all the Tamiya paints in here that I've put into dropper bottles because it's just heaps easy for me to use. And then I've got these are the start of my acrylic model master paints. Pretty up in the air at the moment about these. I'm not too sure if I'll keep buying them, but there's just some spare cement. There's just some Tamiya Soul Effects spare, cotton buds, Q-tips. Oh, excuse me. There's all my Vallejo paints. They're mainly model colour, I believe. Yeah, model colour. And there's a couple of game colours in there, and I think I've only got about 3. I think model airs. And just all my washes. So there's all my Citadel, Games Workshop washes along here, and then I've got all my Vallejos here, and just more mediums. And these are all my Tamiya's clear colours, acrylic clear colours. I've actually made an orange up. Don't know if you can get one, but I had to actually make an orange. Or was that yellow? No, I had to make an orange one up because so I use it a lot for my cars and things like that. And then here's, I'll just rip it down a bit more. Zoom out a bit maybe. Up in, bleed. So what we have here is just all my Humbrol paints. I think there's like 1, 2, then the oils, just down here. It's basically my oils drawer. There's all my model masters, enamels, testers, and this is just more like thinners, like enamel thinners, just paintbrush restorers, airbrush cleaners. Like, just a 50-50 mix on this one. More Humbrol satin coat, putty, oil paints, artist oils, there's pigment sticks, and then I think I got about 4 or 5 boxes of spare artillery acrylic paint, and humble washes. There's my new ore clads. I've only got 2 of them at the moment, but that is soon going to change. And then bottom drawer is just all my X20A stuff, homebrew, thinners, sepia, Vallejo dip wash. Basically chuck your mold in the bottle there and and it's inked. Yeah, I don't think so. So I just sort of use it as yeah. So it's yeah, I just use it, put in a drop of bottle or a little pot, and I just use it normally with a brush, and just spare paint trays. Yeah, sandpaper, tapes, respirator masks, mixing cups and things like that. Yeah, just paint mixing cups. And then I've got a couple of suction feed airbrush bottles here, from other airbrush, but I think they'd be brand new for a very long time because I don't use it. And just all my Dremel stuff down the bottom here. And just paper towel. And then to go. Just up here, there's my compressor. This is the Delta compressor. Airbrushes there. They're nothing fancy. They're just El Cheapos. So I'd rather spend my money on paint and kits and really nice air. One day I may get a really nice airbrush, but I mean they work good for me. So, and what else we got? Yeah, and that's just a box of randomness out the back there. What we got? Yeah, just toothpicks, hobby matchsticks, sponges, weathering, like Tamiya weathering kits. And then just hot glue gun, and that's the time, 8:30. So there you go, you got a rough idea what time it is. And if we spin around, okay, what I might do is I might detach the camera off the tripod. And here is the stash. So I must have, I think, since last time I filmed this video, like filmed the stash video, I must have had about 15 maybe new kits added to it. So these are the latest 3 that I bought yesterday. But you'll see these, these are in the Hobbyrama tour video. So the 72 Sukhoi S34, just Tamiya Sky Raider. I think that's a 48 scale. They're just, once again, they're old cheapy crapo kits that you wouldn't even build because they're just crap. I've just got them there just for parts maybe, or practice or something on it. If I do decide to buy like a F22, I'll just practice on that. I've got a pretty bad habit of buying like a real good kit and then a crappy version of it, whether it's a 1:144 scale or something like that, just to practice on it, get the colour scheme right before I go the full hog on the big one. And then so Academy 48 scale MiG-29, 72 scale F-18, and Tornado. I've had this kit for years. And some of these kits are really old. Like I've had some of these kits in my stash for probably about 10 to 12 years, maybe a bit more. Cyber Hobbies Messerschmitt 32 scale 109, and Hobbycraft 48 scale. Oh, it's pretty self-explanatory. There it is, A10. And then I've got a F15E bomber version of the F-15. That's a 48 scale. I've got an Academy S27. That's a 48 scale. And then Shelf of Doom down the bottom here. That's an old F-16, which has been sitting there for like years and years, and for some reason there's a little land speeder down here. Shelf of Doom. And what have I got under here? Oh no! Yeah, so everybody here, what's a Hobby Boss, I think, isn't it? It's a Hobby Boss kit, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a Hobby Boss AH-64 Apache 1:72 scale. And there's a Valentino Rossi bike that's hasn't been built yet, so that's no longer the Shelf of Doom. These are just stash. And then 48 scale US military ground weapon set. Yep. And Hobby Boss Spitfire. And just some more El Cheapo practice kits. I think these are like $3 or $4 kits here, so they're just good to practice on. Practice on new products, things like that on them. F-15 got a Tornado. I think they're all 1:144. That's a 72 scale Challenger. Focuses, come on, focus. Then Flak 38 and a anti-tank gun, Pack 40. They're all 35 scales from Tamiya. And another El Cheapo crappy ship. Don't know why I've got it. I'll probably end up just throwing it. Or just target practice with my slingshots and paintballs or something. And another old cheapo 106 F106. Oh, there you go. Old toy world kit that I bought many years ago. It was $4. And we got here, German military motorcycle, DKW 35 scale. Yeah, $9, and I was working up in North Queensland for the railway. Stopped in Toy World. Yeah, bought some models. And just accessories. What are they? Just miniatures. Well, World War II like gas masks and rifles and things like that. I think there's a German one as well. One's a so that's the US one, and that's the German kit. There's sandbags, jerry cans. There's another new kit, sort of fairly new. It's only like 3 weeks old in my stash, 2 weeks maybe. See, turn the camera on the side so you can see it. There, Ford SVT F-150 Lightning, and I mean I've been watching videos of this on YouTube, and this thing is just insane. Love my utes, or over here in Australia we call them utes. You might call them utility vehicles, pickup trucks over in America. In the UK I have no idea what you call them. Yeah, but we call them utes here in Oz, so yeah. Old Ford ute. And just more random miniatures, little men, US Rangers, heavy machine gun crew, some US Rangers there, Panzer Grenadiers set, assault troops, German assault troops, and some more German assault infantry, and just some egg planes, T4 Blue Impulse, F4 Phantom, and a F-16. And that's just a Messerschmitt BF-110, which I think they got off my ex-wife. She used to build models as well, so which was pretty cool. And yeah, I think she left that. She just said I could have it. So nice of her to give me a model that's missing parts. But yeah, it's going to be a bits plane sort of thing, a bits kit bashing thing. And then so going back up to the top now, so we've basically gone from there all the way down to the bottom, done that, and then so back up here now. So we've got what have we got here? If I zoom out, sorry, I'll bring the camera out a bit, sorry guys. Yeah, got an Atari Sunderland Mark 1, and this is a really nice kit. I built the FX one, which was pretty average thinking back now, but this one here is really nice. It comes with photo etch, and I mean, I've just got so many kits to do to review, but just the time, work, so I just don't get time to do it as much. There's a 72 Eurofighter Mark II Typhoon FX, another FX kit, MiG-29 72 scale, and then they're the two main kits I've got: Merkava 3 Mark III, and the Russian T-98 main battle tank. And I think they're going to be sitting there for a while until I'm confident enough that I can just build that without screwing them up. M1A1 from Academy, and these are all, I think they're all 1 to 35. Let me double check if I keep going. Yep, so every bit of armour you see here, it's 35, there's no 48 stuff here. There's a, I don't know how you pronounce that, Sturmgeschleudel. There you go. That's how you say it. And yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin to say how to pronounce that. M4A3 Sherman. Tammy, that's a pretty old kit, that one. But the only reason I haven't built some of these kits, because they've got the rubber tracks on them, and it's just really hard for me to get the either plastic upgrade kits or the metal ones over here. So I mean, there's no rush. I mean, I'd rather take my time and get better on other kits before I even think about. I mean, I'm no professional modeler by any means, and so yeah, I mean, as some of you guys know, some of these kits aren't cheap, and yeah, you just want to get pretty good before you build them. And German King Tiger from Tamiya. You got a Hummel there from Dragon. M1A2 from Dragon. So, and then I've got the Academy Tiger 1. Then you got Academy Blackhawk. That's a 1 to 35 scale Blackhawk. This thing's pretty big. I mean, it's a pretty good kit. I've had this kit for ages. These helicopters I've had for a few years now. Cobra. What is that? Paid $35 for it because the box was damaged. I think I bought that from Hobbyrama years ago when I used to live in Brisbane. I mean, $35 was pretty good. There's nothing wrong with the kit, just had a bit of a ding on the box, so they couldn't sell it for full price. And Academy Cobra, and like I said in my other video, these are exactly the same mouldings except for the colour difference and just a few extra different pieces and resin and things like that. Old Revell, what's actually Revell monogram, so that's going back a few years. There's Hind gunship and 24 scale Revell tipper trailer, and that is another new kit. It's AMT Kenworth. I mean, I've never really built one before, like an AMT kit, and I've always looked at it and gone, oh, I don't know. But then you open it up, it is old style kit, but you know, like I mean, I just see it as I love the hobby, so I thought I'd just build something different. It's pretty cool inside. I mean, for you truck builders, kit builders out there, I mean, you guys are getting kits that I haven't even seen, so like all the Max and all the Western Stars and that, which I'm really jealous of. But yeah, let me know if you guys are watching it and you are a truck model builder. I mean, let me know. Leave a comment down below where you're actually getting these kits from, because I really want to get my hands on them. Yeah, it's a kettle going in the background as well. So that's my stash, and that is pretty much the tour. And just a quick flick. That's the camera I'm actually using to film this. And if you guys are thinking about making YouTube videos and things like that, I mean, this is a really good camera. Cheap as chips too. I mean, it's just so easy to use. And then there's my computer there. So I'm just currently uploading a video for my channel. And yeah, that's what I do with my editing and reference and things like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Anything else? And no. So I'll cut it off here, and hope you like this video. I mean, it had to be done, guys. I'm seriously, like, the other one was just appalling. The quality was just like, oh my god, I can't believe I even uploaded it. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and hope this one was better. Bye guys, catch up.